That's Max, and in the next 15 minutes, we're gonna take you through the exact 6-step process that we took him to be able to get out of his 9-to-5 job and landing his first high potential remote closing gig. And this is without any previous experience or success with 0 connections. Let's go through those 6 steps. So step number 1 comes before you even land an interview in the first place, and that is to clean up all, and I mean all of your social media. So anywhere where your name is searchable, do something that I like to call the grandma test. Take down everything on all your social media that you would be embarrassed for your grandma to see. So take down the alcohol, take down the you being silly with friends. People are going to look at your profiles and they're gonna make a decision if they wanna work with you or not based on that stuff before they even talk to you in the first place. So step number 2 is just having great energy. Do you speak in a way where you're very certain? You're saying, hey, my name is Aaron. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not so good at. This is my goals within the company. And this is what I'm looking to get out of this. And here's how I can help you, right? Do you speak like that? Or you speak like,
well, yeah, what I want to do with this and like
filler words, things like that is usually a telltale sign that you're not super confident in what you're saying. It's a little bit difficult to explain how to have good vibes, but you know it when you see it. So here's just a couple tips that can help you get in flow, get in state, and feel more confident. Make sure the night before you sleep well, right? Because you're gonna need to get some good sleep so you feel energized. Eat well, right? Remember that anything that you put in your body, if you put crap in your body, you're going to get crap out of it. Turn off all notifications, turn your phone around. Even if you have an Apple Watch, take it off. I can't tell you how many times I've had an interview and was bringing someone on the team and they were looking at their watch, looking at their phone, right? Scrolling through different tabs on their laptop, right? Number 1, it's disrespectful. Number 2, it's just like, it's the easiest way to just lose a job interview. So jumping into step number 3, understanding and having clarity on what you want and what your goals are. One thing that I learned a couple years ago when I was first starting one of my businesses is there's really only 2 reasons why you're not at your end goal. Is either number 1, you don't know what you want, or number 2, you don't know how to get it, right? Because if you don't know what you want and what the goal is you don't know the actions that you need to take in order to get to that point. And that's why it's so important for not only for you to know your goals, communicate those with the person that you're talking to on the other end of the interview. That could look like monthly income. That could look like an end goal of like you want to move into your own house. You want to, build a better life for your family. Like, what are those goals? I see a lot of people, they're scared to talk about money because it's this taboo topic or whatever. But let's say you say, I want to make $20,000 a month. They will be able to look at that information and say, okay, honestly, David, that's probably not possible within our company because of X, Y, and Z. And then you can just cut that off right away so that you know that it's not the best opportunity for you to hit those goals. But again, if you don't have the goals, you don't know what you want, then you won't know how to express it and if this opportunity is even good for you. So step number 4 is to show up with honesty and integrity. Guys, I know how intimidating it could be to jump into one of your first sales positions and go in that with no experience, but you going in and setting the expectation, if you don't have experience and you say that you do, you're setting yourself up for failure. Not only from a standpoint of going in and just looking really silly when they hear your calls and they're like, there's no way this person has any experience.
This is Michael Jackson calling from Wonderland.
What?
The energy, the honesty, and the way that you present yourself will go so much further than your track record, right? If someone is showing up with honesty and saying, hey, to be honest with you, I don't have any sales experience, but I promise you that I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z to see success within your company. I know what you're trying to do within the company is grow to this, and I really think that I could be a culture fit, and I'm gonna work my butt off and tail off and do everything that I need to in order to see success. Companies are gonna hire that over someone that's like, already a really great salesperson and they show up really crappy. You know what I mean? So, and you'd be really surprised how many people we've brought on. We're one of the highest performing high ticket sales companies in the entire industry. We bring on a good amount of people with no experience because of just that fact alone. Step number 5 is presenting yourself and making sure that you just have basic social skills. Try not to be awkward. If you're an awkward person, remember when these companies are on with you and doing this interview is they're kind of sniffing out how you're going to act on their calls that they're putting on your calendar. So it's going to be a direct reflection of how you show up on the calls. So just be normal, present yourself in the moment, right? And just have a genuine conversation. And last but not least, step number 6 is to present your track record. But if you don't, again, stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly what to say if you don't have experience. Here's how I would break it down. So number 1 is just go through your specific time frames that you worked with a company. Did you work for them with 6 months, for 2 years, for 3 years? What did that look like? Be prepared if it's a short amount of time, like 1 to 3 months. Be prepared to talk about why you left in that amount of time. Was it because of the company? Was it because your sales weren't that good? Just be, again, back to honesty and integrity. Just be honest of why you had to leave the company. Also, you want to know units, how many sales did you make, and then also revenue produced throughout your entire time there. You're going to get very specific depending on the company. If you're going with like a high value, like really strict company culture, is you're going to have to know these numbers like the back of your hand. Also, you want to talk about the money that you made in commissions. The reason this is important is it allows the person on the other end, right? These people that are interviewing you, they're not there to take advantage of you. So let's say you were making, I don't know, $20,000 a month in commissions. They're only able to, their best closer on their team is only doing $7,000 in commissions. They're going to be able to look in that and just be honest with you and say, hey, honestly, John, this is what our highest closer is making. This is what you're used to making. We probably won't be able to get you to that point, but you can maybe, you know, increase into a higher position down the road. Now let's talk about if you do not have experience and you've never done sales in the past and you don't have a track record. That's completely fine. I've seen a ton of people see success without experience. And at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere. So like I said earlier, you just present yourself with honesty, integrity, talk about your goals, talk about how you're super hungry, how you're going to do everything that you need to in order to reach those goals. And then, and only then, you're going to push for a mock triage call. What this is you basically do a role play call. This is going to happen on all the calls that you do. They're going to test your skills as an appointment setter or a closer. So make sure to check the video out that you see on screen right now, because that's going to bring you over to a video where I break down exactly what a mock call looks like and go through the exact script, and you can listen to me do it with a live person on the other end. So click this video on screen right now. Go check that out. We'll see you on the inside. Also, after this video, make sure to click the first link down in the description for a full-on remote closing masterclass.